Darkstar wants Kevin to find him, so he leaves trail for Kevin to find him. When Kevin finds him, he tells him that there is a relic which will give Kevin's extra energy to Darkstar, making them both normal. He tells him that he is needed to retrieve the artifact, and Kevin agrees. They go on without telling Ben and Gwen. There are usual obstacles in their way, but they retrieve the artifact. Kevin gives the extra energy to Darkstar and they both become normal. Here Darkstar punches Kevin as a friendly revenge and goes on with the artifact. On the other end, Ben and Gwen are becoming worried for Kevin, but are very glad to see him normal again. They go to Forever Knight's base, but Kevin is a little regretful that they are not taking him because he is normal and can get hurt. But when Gwen touches Kevin, she sees a flash of Darkstar, so she goes to his base to investigate him. Darkstar plans was to absorb even more energy with the artifact. He absorbs Gwen's energy. On the other end, Kevin tells about the whole thing to Ben. They go to help Gwen. Darkstar starts to absorb Ben and Gwen's energy. But Kevin holds both ends of the artifact and both he and Darkstar are back to their shape in which they were at the start of the episode. In this episode, Gwen steals a book from Hex and Charmcaster. She wants to go back in time and prevent the explosion that happens in episode 2 of this season, so that Kevin does not change into a monstrous form. Paradox warns her, but she does it anyway. She goes back in time and asks the Gwen of that time to prevent the explosion, and the Gwen of that time does. But when the original Gwen comes back, she finds that everything is changed. Hex and Charmcaster have captured the world. Paradox explains her that it is due to her going back in time that it happened. Charmcaster had turned Kevin into one of her rock creatures. Gwen is dead in this timeline and Ben has been captured. She goes to steal the book again, but Hex knows what she has done and Charmcaster orders Kevin to fight Gwen. Gwen then fires Ben. Then there is the usual fight scene, but she gets the book and goes back in time, preventing herself from making any changes to the timeline. And when she comes back, the timeline is fixed and the Charmcaster and Hex have. We see Albedo stealing Ultimatrix from Azimuth and assembling it. We see that he has joined forces with Vilgax. Then we see Kevin and Gwen saving Ben from Crab, and then Ben kicks his ass. Then we see Albedo capturing Gwen with the help of his Ultimatrix, and then he captures Gwen. He tries to capture Grandpa Max, but he escapes, and he then goes to warn Ben, where Albedo tells him to come to him if he wants to save Kevin and Gwen. Then Albedo defeats Ben with Ultimatrix. Vilgax gets Ultimatrix from Ben. We see Grandpa Max trying to save them and then they escape. Here Vilgax betrays Albedo and reveals that he has stolen Omnitrix for his army, which he can turn into any alien from the Omnitrix. He captures Albedo with his army. Ben is hopeless because he is beaten and has no Omnitrix, but Azimuth gives him hope and he comes up with a plan. They go on to Vilgax's ship. Vilgax shows them his army to make them fear him. Ben orders Omnitrix to self-destruct in 30 seconds. Omnitrix recognizes his voice and follows his order. He wants Vilgax to give him Omnitrix, but he doesn't, so the Omnitrix explodes. With the destruction of Omnitrix, Kevin becomes normal too. But it's a small explosion, so Vilgax does not get hurt. Vilgax sets his ship to go straight into Earth and destroy it. Ben tries his voice with Ultimatrix, and Ultimatrix recognizes him from Omnitrix. He sets Ultimatrix to also destroy in 30 seconds. Albedo refuses to give him Ultimatrix, but Ben shows him the destroyed Omnitrix, so Albedo gives him Ultimatrix. He defeats Vilgax with the ultimate Swampfire and they turn the ship's direction to go into sea so no civilian can get hurt. Then we see Vilgax in his real squid form. Ben escapes the explosion, but it seems like Vilgax has been killed.
We see Max's new recruits to get a message from Max that he is in trouble. Then we see Ben is now behind Max. We see that they are going to a satellite to help Max. They are finding Max. While they were finding Max, they see Ben acting strangely and fighting them. They then decide to stay together and find him as they could not beat him single-handedly. They fight him off this way. This way they defeated him and Ben ran away. Then they find that due to their destruction in Satellite is going to crash into London. They then set the satellite to self-destruct and go to sacrifice themselves to save the civilians. But right when it was about to destruct, Max and Ben reveal that it was all just a test to see that if they are ready to become plumbers. They tell them that they are ready to go to Plumber Academy and become plumbers.